Hello and welcome to SHU's Dental Academy. I am happy to be in company of a few of our selections from Jamia Millia Islamia Faculty of Dentistry. I have with me 3 selections right now. Sejal Bhaskar, rank 54. Maria Fatima, she's rank 138. And Sadia Iqbal, she's rank 468. Overall, we have 5 selections from Jamia Millia Islamia Faculty of Dentistry, this time in the NEET 2022 exam. Sejal, congratulations for getting the good rank, 54. Would you like to share your experiences after the rank came?
After my rank came, I was very happy and I could not believe that I have got this rank, and it was a very euphoric moment for me. So my parents were very excited as well, and I'm just very thankful to God and my parents and everyone who supported me throughout my journey for my rank.
Maria, congratulations. You have got 138 rank. You are also first attempter like Sejal. So after the rank came, how was it like?
Well, I reviewed my rank twice and thrice, and then I called my parents because I was not with them. They were very happy there, and I thank God, and I was very emotional at that moment. I called Akshika ma'am, and she was very happy.
Sadia, your rank is 468. You will also get selected. Definitely you will get a government seat. It is not as good as Sejal and Maria, but definitely a selection level rank. So what was your experience when the rank came? Was it as good as you wanted it to be, or it was slightly behind? What was it like?
It was a mixed expression. I was not very happy. I expected my rank to be a much better, but I called ma'am. The first person which I told my rank was ma'am only, and ma'am told me it's a good rank and it's a good attempt, you can do better. So ma'am was there to motivate me.
So all 3 of them are interns. Somehow there has been a perception like from some of these students we've been hearing that students from Jamia Millia Islamia get selected only in the second attempt and all. All 3 of you are freshers. So that is the special thing about you people. What specifically you did during your internship time and during obviously your first 4 years of BDS that helped you crack the exam in the first go? We'll start with Sejal.
Sir, throughout my internship, I made sure that I maintained my consistency. That was very important, that I had to put in my daily hours. And as you had suggested that if I achieve my weekly targets, I will be able to achieve my final goal. So that was my one tip that I followed. And sir, I studied continuously throughout my internship. Also, throughout my 4 years, I had performed well in academically, and I had also got a good clinical exposure from my college, which was very helpful in the exam.
I think that smart work and perseverance is the key to success. I also studied the whole time in my internship. I put a target that I will study in 4 hours enough, and then in internship it is very a busy schedule. I have to do clinical work also, but I didn't compromise with my study. And Akshika ma'am and sir was there continuously to motivate us. If ever I was lacking, I would like to call ma'am and then clear all my thoughts and then share with them. She will always motivate me.
In Jamia, we have a very hectic schedule. But our teachers were always there, and they used to tell us that the clinical exposure is very important, which actually came handy in the exam also. And for my daily routine, I used to get as many hours that I can get to solve MCQs because sir and ma'am always told us to focus on the weekly test, and my weekly target was to get as good rank in the test also.
Sejal, we just talked about the importance of the clinical, dentistry, and that has been asked a lot in this paper. So how, coming from an institute like Jamia Millia Islamia Faculty of Dentistry, where there's a lot of clinical exposure and the teachers is also top notch. So how did it help to go through that? Was it really important for this exam? This exam as well as the INI-CET exam as well?
Sir, I definitely agree that the clinical exposure helps you a lot, especially in the clinical questions that we got, like in endo, in ortho. This time in INI-CET, the paper was very, very clinical, and based on certain topics, it was concentrating on certain topics more. So I feel like when we used to get such cases in the clinics and discuss it with our teachers, that used to really help. Plus, we used to go back, read the theory, and decide, figure out the clinical problems. That was very helpful. Plus, in the academy, academy also, we in our weekly tests we used to get a lot of clinical questions. So that helped really build my base on the clinical side.
In Jamia, we are a lot of we are taught about theories as well as we focus on clinical work. Our faculty always supported us and taught us. We always had good clinical exposure and great cases.
Sadia, you just talked about the clinical importance of being, the clinical cases you see in Jamia. So we're talking about your quality of teachers as well. Obviously, being first attempters, if you're getting such good ranks, it always is a reflection of the quality of material your teachers are providing to you. So we'll start with Sadia. Whom all would you like to thank your teachers in Jamia Millia Islamia for your success?
In Jamia, I would like to thank all of my teachers from first year to final year, and especially during COVID times, our dean sir and our final year teachers were very helpful to us. My teachers used to motivate me so much that you can do it, you have the caliber, you just need to have some focus to do it, and the task is very doable. Especially Akansha ma'am was there. She used to motivate me so much, and I just wanted I just wanted to make her proud with my result.
I thank all the faculty of Jamia Millia Islamia. They all motivated us and they all were there when we need them.
My college has been the backbone of my preparation throughout. From the beginning when I started, my teachers always used to push me that I can do it, and whenever they used to see me wasting time, they always used to tell me ki nahi padho, you can do it, you can crack it. So all my teachers, including our dean sir, who was there for us as students all the time throughout the difficult COVID period also. Specifically, I would like to thank Dr. Priyanka ma'am, Dr. Akanksha ma'am and Dr. Vijay sir for always being there and supporting me and being there whenever I needed them at any hour.
Maria, you were just talking about the importance of the motivation part your teachers gave you. So many people are there from, you are lucky you are from a college where your teachers support you, motivate you, you can see success all around. So many students are there from many other colleges where success in NEET exam is a rarity. There are many droppers also who find it hard to achieve success. Okay, there has been a lack of motivation also because of the delayed NEET exam, because of corona pandemic and everything. So how do you get the motivation right? Even in an internship attempt, when your teachers are there, you still need to have your internal motivation. How did you get about, motivating yourself for the top level?
So, first of all, our faculty in Jamia is very motivating. They used to tell us their stories, their hardship, what they have gone through. And then in the coaching also, sir and ma'am used to share their experiences. And as well as my parents used to motivate me a lot. Every night they used to call me and they said ki aaj target pura hua, what was your rank in the recent exam, and all these questions they used to continuously ask me about how I am studying. I'm not wasting time.
Sir, I feel like surrounding yourself with good company is very important for your motivation. I had friends who were always pushing me to do good, and sir, it is because of them and their positivity that they gave me that I was able to get out of the even very difficult parts when I was not scoring and when I was inconsistent. Sir, even you and ma'am were always there supporting me and always pushing me to do better. Other than that, sir, whenever I used to go to college, my teachers were always motivating. So overall, it was a very positive environment for my preparation. That helped.
Yes, sir. My teachers were there to motivate us. Like they said, they used to share their ranks, their struggle stories with us, and that was very motivating. And apart from that, my friends were there. Especially during the COVID time, my friends were there. They used to, we used to study, we used to do calls, and we used to study on a conference call. And apart from that, we used to discuss our problems, our queries with our teachers also. And our seniors have got very good results in the past year, so from this academy also. So that was a very plus motivation factor for us. And especially Vartika ma'am, she used to tell us that the target is very doable, and she used to tell us that if she can do it, so we can do it too. So achieving this target by your seniors, by your colleagues, makes you believe that it is actually achievable, and with good guidance and good motivation, you can do it.
Sadia, talking about, you just mentioned a very important thing. Getting success, talking about it is very easy. but the path is not easy. So we're just talking about, a conference call and your friends studying together. What was your strategy of study? I want to know individually from all three of you. You might be having different strategies. What was your strategy of study? You used to do individual study, you used to do a group study. In group study, was it a personal group or a digital group like a conference call? What was your strategy?
So during my final year exams also, we used to do conference calls and discuss subjects like PhD. It was very boring, but when we discuss with our friends, so the audio and the words that my friends are saying, it actually becomes engraved in my mind. So we did this too. Only one or two. Sejal was there. Me and Sejal used to study together. We used to ask each other queries, and also Maria was in a different batch from us, but whenever we used to meet, we used to ask each other how you're doing, and during test, if there were some questions which I used to find difficult, I used to discuss with sir and ma'am was always there. During my studies, I actually lagged behind the coaching schedule. So in the live sessions, I actually talked to ma'am also. And ma'am actually helped me to come with a timetable.
I started my preparation during internship only when I got admitted in ACE Achievers Dental Academy. And I thought that I will also achieve as my seniors has achieved. And I used to believe in them, and I think that it is the best coaching. And I put my targets that I will study 4 hours a day, and used to complete my weekly test given on time. They used to release it on time, and I used to put the target that I will give in that day only. I complete my syllabus, weekly syllabus till Friday or Saturday, and give the exam Saturday night or Sunday. And then I used to review my answers again and again when the answer sheet is released or when the answers are available on the website. And I used to revise these test series questions, and used to bookmark the difficult ones so that I can revise them at the time of my exam. My weak part, I used to bookmark it. And then my final preparation, when I studied daily 10 hours, was started in January, because at that time it was that ki March mein NEET will be conducted, but later on it was postponed. That gave me more months to study, and that was the time my preparation was at the peak. And I used to do Wadhawan sir book, your book. I have completed that book 3 times, and I have done Pulse only once, but I was sure that I will do your book and will get success. That's why I did your book thrice and give your book preference.
Sir, my strategy was also number one, to maintain consistency throughout my internship, and difficult subjects that I found difficult and dry, like dental material and PhD, I always used to discuss with my friends. And the weekly test that I used to attempt, I used to make sure that out of 120, I am getting at least 100 questions right, because that is what you used to say, that is what helps us understand how good our preparation is going. So I tried to maintain consistency. There were a lot of ups and a lot of downs, but I made sure that whatever mistakes I was making now, I reduce it as much as possible. And also the question banks that everybody was doing, like previous year papers, dental pulse, and even sir, your book, I made sure I did them multiple times to reduce any type of error that was possible. So other than that, sir, I think the mock tests that I used to give in the academy were very helpful. Analyzing them was very important. So as you had suggested that it is better to analyze it more, I used to analyze it to the T and understand where I was making faults and what topics and what areas were weak. And then I used to work and build on them accordingly to reduce any error possible.
This time the NEET pattern exam was relatively easier. We have two kinds of exams, either a difficult exam in which accuracy does not matter as much, and an easy exam like this one in which accuracy matters a lot. And you're just talking about that part only, reducing your silly mistakes. So how important were, reducing your silly mistakes, and what strategy you formed in the exam so as not to make those mistakes? Because one wrong question, easy question gone wrong in such a paper will put your ranks behind by at least 50 to 100. So how did you attempt the paper?
So when I started with the paper, I realized that the level of the paper was relatively easier from the papers that I had seen. So I made sure that whatever question I was attempting, I was very sure of the answer. So I did the paper in multiple rounds to reduce my error. Sir, in the first round, I targeted that I only attempt those questions that I was 100% sure about that will not be wrong. After in my next round, I did those questions which you how you suggested, that in the elimination option basis, like if we are able to eliminate two options, those questions I had to do. And in the third and the fourth round, I attempted those questions which were very lengthy. First of all, I did not attempt them initially to avoid time wastage and the lengthy questions. And other than that, sir, the questions which I did not have any idea about, I tried to crack them and see that if there is any way I could navigate through them. But I was reaching my target, so I did not touch those questions a lot, because I knew that accuracy was needed in this paper because it was a relatively easy paper.
I also studied my paper and was shocked to see such a simple paper. Then I thought in my mind that I will not make silly mistakes or else I will be gone. I first attempted those questions which I thought that will be correct, and put the questions for review. Those questions that were lengthy or which I had no knowledge about. And then in the second round, I attempted few of them which I thought which I did through elimination, which you have told us gave the tips and tricks during the review sessions. That helped me a lot.
Yes, the paper was very easy this time, and I did my paper in 2 phases. In the first phase, I only attempted the questions which I was sure about, and I left the questions which I was not sure about the answers, and or the questions that were lengthy. In my second cycle of attempting the questions, I did only those questions in which I can eliminate 2 options and I can get 1 option right, and the questions which were lengthy or the questions which I didn't know, but I can make some logic which used to tell us during the discussion classes. So I used all those logics to get to an answer, and after that I did one complete revision of the question so that I don't make any silly mistakes in the paper.
So thank you guys for your time, having come here for the interview. Before we wind up, all of you are interns, as I mentioned earlier in the interview. Many students think as interns, it is not possible to get success. It is very difficult. You need the second attempt to do it. People are not serious. As interns, what will be your tips and message to those people, and final Thanksgiving before
My tips to all my juniors would be that number one, have your goal clear, that you have to clear it in the first attempt only. Whatever anyone says or anyone demotivates you, don't listen to them. Only surround yourself with positive people and have positive thoughts, because that is very essential for the journey. It is a very rocky journey. So if you want to maintain consistency, that is one point. And just have focus and follow the plan that has been given to you by the academy. Do all your question banks multiple times and just have faith in the process. And sir, I would like to thank you and ma'am for always being there, for supporting me, and throughout the journey, ACE Achievers has helped me with the high yield points, sir, your books, weekly tests and mock tests. So they were very helpful in my journey. And I would like to thank my parents and God and all my teachers at my college and my friends for always being there and always cheering me to go ahead in life. Thank you, sir.
We were also interns when we started this journey, and I would like to tell all my juniors that you can do it. It is possible, and we all are examples to you. And I would like to thank God, my parents, and whole ACE Achievers Academy, my college teachers, and my friends. They were always there to support me. Yes, thank you so much.
This is a very long journey, and which actually have very unpredictable results also. But having a strong mindset and determination and full faith on your academy that you are on the right path is the key to it. from Jamia, we in every year we actually have our seniors as an example to guide us, and the academy is there. Sir used to, in every discussion, sir tells us how every year he used to see students like us, and he knows what we are going through, and everything that sir or ma'am is telling you is the key to success. You just have to have firm faith on the academy and follow what ma'am and sir is telling you. One more thing I want to add is during my preparation, in the last 10 days before NEET, I did only sir's book. I did sir book during my whole preparation also. Ma'am used to tell us that we need to do sir's book along with our preparation, and I used to do that. I used to underline what important points I need to revise in my last 10 days. And in my last 10 days, I actually did everything that was written in sir's book. I underlined, I marked extra points from our tests and discussions in that book, and I read only those as my revision strategy before NEET, and it actually helped me a lot during NEET. And because I thought most of the questions were either from the synopsis or it was similar to what is given in the sir's book.
It's time for my Thanksgiving also. As usual, I always thank my students for choosing ACE Achievers. So my personal congratulations to you people, heartiest congratulations, as well as Thanksgiving. Thanks for choosing ACE Achievers Dental Academy. And I hope many more students like them from Faculty of Dentistry, Jamia Millia Islamia, and all across India keep on embracing ACE Achievers, because until we have the best minds, we cannot produce the best results. So thank you guys for coming here. Thank you for joining ACE Achievers. Thank you all for listening to me. Thank you and Jai Hind. Goodbye.